Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's play some Kaiserpunk, shall we? We're going to be checking out a very early demo of the game to see how it's coming along, and I'm going to put links in the description below for the Steam page. If you like what you see, you want to wishlist the game, follow its development, and learn more about it. So I'm going to play the game for the very first time now. I'm going to use a predefined map as this is what's available in the demo, and we need to do the tutorial. Very good. Welcome to Ocean View Bay, a coastal map with scattered village ruins and abandoned battlefields. Nature reclaims the remnants of once vibrant settlements, offering a haunting blend of history and beauty. Start this map to learn the ropes of Kaiserpunk through a guided tutorial. Alright, so we need to select our leader and our city. So this looks good, and my name's going to be Dr. Incompetent, my heritage. Looks like you get to pick, different attributes. Pioneer Spirit gives you faster salvage and repair. I'm okay with Industrial Powerhouse, faster construction and repair of region upgrades. I think that seems useful. And the city name, to be honest, Tecton actually sounds like a pretty good city. So let's go for it. I'm not going to change any of this stuff. We're just going to go with these basic conditions, so we can win with territorial conquest, faction conquest, scientific supremacy, or diplomatic victory. Okay.
In the early 20th century, the world was consumed by the flames of an unending conflict. The Great War, which was expected to draw to a close, instead spiraled into an abyss of perpetual warfare. The hopes for peace and restoration shattered as the envoys of the Versailles Peace Treaty were brutally assassinated, plunging the world into further chaos. As the years rolled on, the global stage transformed into a battleground where nations fought relentlessly, their war machines fueled by unquenchable thirst for power and dominance. Monarchies and empires, once pillars of strength, crumbled under the weight of constant warfare and the shifting tides of history. A battalion of battle-weary soldiers, having deserted the relentless conflict, returned to their once familiar land, only to discover a haunting sight, a desolate wasteland of ruins. Amidst the crumbling remains of a nation, they encounter the lingering echoes of war, grappling with the ghosts of their past and the harsh realities of a world forever changed. Undeterred, they rally together, fueled by a resilient spirit to rebuild not just their lives, but also their shattered nation.
Some scumbags have dug in, but I think we could take them. They don't really scream experience. We could use the place to rest and recover, maybe even for a season, says Arthur Mitchell. Alright. I don't know what to do about these scumbags. You tell me. Oh my gosh. Every journey starts with a single step. It's not much, but it's a start. The battalion has expelled the violent brigands from the local church and established a headquarters there. Alright, good. Click to start the event. So it looks like this is our courtyard, maybe? Let's see what this says. Welcome to the world of Kaiserpunk. It's a rather bleak world, at least in the beginning, but we're certain you'll turn it around especially with the help of the diligent citizens of your city-state. Now that you've taken over the church and set up as your base of operations, let's take a few minutes to become familiar with the interface and your surroundings. When you're ready to proceed, click on the button below. Okay? I'm ready. It's difficult to do something with nothing, but we can use the ruins to our advantage. If we send our boys to clear the rubble, we'll salvage some resources and make some room while we're at it. 2 birds, 1 stone. I suggest we start with the town square. Alright, so basic controls. I'm going to pause the game using spacebar here. Just take a look inside this, yes, very bleak, World War II kind of war zone situation, but it would be cool if we could turn this around. So it seems like this is an alternate reality where the Versailles peace treaties did not work, and we're just in perpetual World War II. So we can use WASD to move the camera around and press and hold. Yep, right click to drag the mouse, Q and E rotate this. We can zoom in and out, and we can interact with objects in the world with left click. That's good. It's difficult to do something with nothing, but we can use the ruins. Alright. So we need to salvage. You'll encounter many reminders of the devastation, and most of these can be salvaged for useful resources and other rewards, or even repaired. Once repaired, you're able to move them around like any other building. Okay. Salvage it. Tractor man. There they go. Look at that line of sandbags that we built. You're darn right. Chariot. Ooh, the pawnbroker. Fix that up. Alright. The old farm. Man, the old farm looks great. Survived most of the devastation there. Cleared the village. Within several weeks, almost half of the ruined village was cleared, yielding a trove of valuable resources and land cleared of obstacles for further construction. Meanwhile, battalion members will take on the task of scouting the area and vigilance against would-be enemies to ensure the safety of the fledgling community. So we got 250 plywood, 50 bricks, 30 wood, 40 vegetables, and 20 bread. Great. Alright, so let's click this event. Job's done. Some civilians who were hiding in the ruins have joined us too. Great. We should consider providing some housing or our people will start falling ill. 2 small blocks should kick things off in the right direction. Okay. So, constructing buildings is the main way to expand your capital, increasing production of resources, and in general become a stronger power in the world of Kaiserpunk. The default view shows building categories at the bottom of the screen. Choose a category and then a specific building in that category. Then simply place the building where you wish. Check for any additional controls at the top of the screen. Okay. So we're going to go housing, and I guess lawn. This is what we want. A laborer's house. Low density housing for laborers. It costs 20 plywood. Alright, so we can build these within these squares. This looks like a good place right here. I mean, this central location. So they want us to build 2 of them. No problem. Here, can I rotate this? Yeah. Let's build it like this. Just kind of. There we go. With a sigh of relief and joy, members of the battalion and some of the local civilians who joined you welcomed the completion of the first houses. Many more will be needed sooner rather than later, but it's a welcome sight nonetheless. The first houses have been built. They're not the best, but they'll do. At least they're dry and warm, which can't be said for the pathways. The smart choice is to clear out some roads. Nothing fancy. A simple, clear dirt road will do it for now. At least it'll prevent some injuries. All right. Roads and transportation. All buildings in the capital must be linked to at least to the town center, while some, like production buildings, have additional prerequisites to function properly. Buildings can have multiple entrances and they are all clearly marked. Only a single entrance must be connected to the wider road network. You could find the road under the transportation category, okay? Connect the houses to the town center. Alright, so they should be done. You can see the entrance here. Oh, maybe these aren't actually roads that are built here. Because... Alright, let's see. Utilities, public service, transportation. Dirt road depot. Okay. Left click to add road points. Stretch across water to create bridges. Okay. I mean, I could build a road like behind them, but I kind of was thinking that these roads that were in place were already a road. I think they might be. Let me unpause it and see if this counts or not. Oh, you know what? Okay, I see. So once we unpause it, those roads that were there have disappeared. And I need to make my own. Those were just old, like, tire tracks or something. So the game has, the map has changed just a bit. There we go. Connect all. Your new capital may be emerging from war and destruction, but that's no excuse for chaos. A good road network connecting every nook and cranny will ensure the township evolves properly and in order. And now that you have the first pioneers living in your capital, it's time for the battalion to step down. From now on, salvage or repairs will have to be handled by your citizens. Alright? So I'm going to do that in a moment, but I want to build some more roads just to connect things a little bit more. And I'm going to just build a road all the way around the town center. These are free, so might as well. They look sweet. Alright. Let's build a road going this way over here. Okay. And we've got an event. This is a hell of a start. But we won't be able to feed everyone by scavenging for moldy bread and rotten vegetables. We're barely scraping by for food, and more refugees appear every day. We have to start producing some food, or our small community won't last long. The good side is that most of the battalion is from the countryside. Okay, great. The basic form of production is employed by buildings that require no input resources. These are your farms, mines, and similar buildings. Each production cycle, which lasts for 12 in-game hours, the buildings will produce a specific quantity of the product they manufacture. Okay, so we need to build a farm, and we go to agriculture. We've reached some kind of development threshold. You've made significant progress in the development branch and have unlocked new possibilities. A cotton field, these upgrades, and a new resource. Okay, great. So we're going to, but we don't want cotton right now, we want veg. We're going to build, oh my gosh, that's enormous. But we do want to build this, of course. Now, I don't know if fertility matters. There's some rocks over there. I'm just going to kind of rotate this, and I can build it right here next to the town center so people can see the glory of our crops. No, I'm not going to do that. I was really close to doing that. I'm going to move a little bit further away, just because I might want some, more production buildings nearby. And then we're going to build a road and connect it like so. A very humble beginning. The humble vegetable farm will become the cornerstone of future in your entire nation, providing your people with the most basic of needs. It's a good start, but you're not there yet. The goods need not only be produced, they must also flow. It is time to set up the lifeblood of your up-and-coming capital. Okay, lifeblood. We need it. I'm here. I'm going to build some more roads. Just kind of, there we go. And let me just get out of this. Here's the event. Production on the vegetable farm is underway. We should consider what to do with the produce. Just leaving it on the farm isn't a real option. The smarter approach would be to build a depot and let it take care of the logistics. That's a good idea. All goods that are produced in your capital must be transported between buildings. Usually this means the goods are transported to and from depots, which is why all production buildings require a direct road link to a nearby place depot. Depots automatically dispatch transporters to handle transport tasks. Okay, cool. So let's build transportation building. A depot provides logistical support and resource transporting to buildings inside their radius. Okay, so the radius is not huge, so we definitely want to build one really close to the farm. And I'm going to rotate it so it looks just like this. Start the transport. The depot, more than likely the first of many, has dispatched its transporters. With good organization and a touch of luck, this is just the start of a future bustling economy brimming with goods being carried back and forth. And indeed, I hope so. Yeah, look, there it goes. So let's watch these depot people doing their thing. Got a forklift. Look at these farmers. Overalls. All right. Food looks good. Growing it. They got a guard dog on that depot. It will kill you. All right. New mission here. Governor, what we've accomplished here in mere weeks is astonishing. But if this township is to grow strong, we need more manpower, a larger workforce to handle all the production needs. Our scouts have reported finding more locals hiding among the ruins, but they won't join us if they have no place to stay. The best way to entice them to join us is to provide housing. Okay. Workforce immigration. Let me pause the game to read this. Almost everything in your capital requires workers to function properly. And on top of that, you need recruits to train army units. Both workers and recruits come from the same pool. Immigration is the main way to get more people in your capital. Immigrants arrive from the outside, meaning from the other regions of the world. Although the initial interest already exists within your capital region. The higher the immigration interest, the quicker the immigration pool will rise, which only helps you achieve your goals. Additional people can be found by exploring the local ruins and resolving stories. To settle immigrants in your capital, simply place appropriate housing for them class-wise. Okay, so we need to build 2 more laborer houses. No problem. Let's just put one here and rotate. I'm actually going to do it like this just to, make it look slightly different. More room. With the small village beginning to take shape, your scouts are reporting new eyes shifting in your direction. Locals hiding from brigands are starting to notice your progress. You cannot be sure if they are to be trusted, but you also cannot afford to be picky. We got 30 laborers and 10 manufacturers. Great. I'm going to go ahead and build a road. Right down the middle. There. Okay. And let's check this out. Salvaging for materials can only get us so far. We cannot rely on scavenging parties to stumble on construction materials. We must produce these on our own. I suggest setting up the production of plywood. Sounds like a great idea. Production chains and direct links. One of the most basic production chains is the production of plywood. Wood produced by a forester is taken into a lumber yard where it's processed into plywood. If you place these 2 buildings close to each other, small trucks will transport the resources directly, which is a great way to optimize goods transporting in your city, or goods transportation, rather. So we want to build a little network of plywood And let's do that. So we're going to go to manufacturing, iron mine, smelter, weaver, clothier, cotton field, grain field, forester. Here we go. So we need to set up a forester and a lumber yard. If you mouse over the log, by the way, it gives you better details. Build a forester, build a lumber yard, and set it to produce plywood. So we'll build a forester, and we want the forester to be, in the forest. So this looks pretty good out here. I'm going to rotate this around. Like so. And then we'll connect it with the road. And we're going to build a road over here. Like that, so that we can go back to lumberyard, and we'll kind of put it right next door. There it goes. Self-sustained. Self-sustaining production of plywood marks a pivotal moment in your fledgling capital. You're no longer reliant on scavenging like a nomad or an animal. It is a significant step forward, but only one of many to follow. All right, great. So there's my cool lumber yard, and it's not working properly because it doesn't have production resources. Well, these will come from the forester over time, I imagine. It's just waiting for wood to be delivered to it. So this thing right here, you could see for $15 it produces wood, I suppose. And then this wants wood to make plywood. Alright. I'm getting reports of some less than flattering words directed at you, Governor. It seems the civilians aren't pleased with their end of the bargain. It's somewhat understandable since we're basically asking them to live off vegetables alone and not much else. We might have to look into producing at least some wheat bread to supplement their meals. They want some sandwiches, huh? Basic needs and morale. The morale of your citizens depends on a number of factors. The fulfillment of their basic needs is just one. Each morale category carries its own significance, but failing to meet their needs is the only one that can lead to your citizens leaving your capital. Okay, then. So we got a new development threshold, which gives us a flour mill and a bakery. Fantastic. So we need to set up bread production, and it says build a grain field, a flour mill, and a bakery, and additional housing if necessary. Okay, so I have only 8 unemployed people, so I probably will have to build some more houses. But let's first just build the agricultural stuff. So we'll put a grain field, and let's just kind of, place our farms close. And we'll put a road in. I don't think you have to connect both access points, but why not? And then we're going to go back to agriculture. And we need to build a flour mill, which we'll build, right across from the farm here. And then they want a bakery, which we will also put very nearby. Put it by the depot. There. The laborers seem pleased that you've heard them and responded, which is of course great, though I have my doubts that we'll have similar luck with some other groups that might wander into our little town. So what they're basically saying is there's different types of people who come in, and they have various demands or needs. Baking bread. A stable production of bread, perhaps the simplest yet so essential a resource, will help in the short term. But those are just the basics. Before long, your citizens will require and request more. All right. Well, we need 62 more people. We're underemployed. So let me go ahead and build some houses. I'm going to go ahead and just throw in some houses like right by the farm. For people that, laborers that are intended to kind of work here so that they have less of a distance they need to travel to get to their job. And how many do these things hold? They hold 20. So we need 60. I built 3 places. That should be exactly enough, but, you know, let's, we need a surplus. I'm going to do that. Okay. And I'm going to unpause it. We should have people moving in. Lookouts are reporting that a large group is on the way here, probably buddies of the previous inhabitants. Orders? Okay, so we reached a development threshold, which gave us a manufacturing house, a lamp, and a bench. Okay, great. I can send someone to negotiate, but keep an armed detail on the ready if things go sideways. I don't care if it's their mother. Send whoever we still have armed to cut them off. I'm not letting that scum back in here. We're going to just be optimistic and dumb and take the first option.
It is time for you guys to step down. You still got time. That is totally unacceptable. You don't want to start. Enough of this.
It's not going well.
Gun them down.
I've lost the game. They're bombing our church. We just built that. Oh, we can't trust anyone anymore. My God, I'm too nice. It's cost us all our lives. So what, we broke the bridge so they can't get here? Or they did? I don't even know what happened. The bridge is down. With a violent clash followed by the downing of the river bridge, the brigands have shown their intentions. They are less than pleased with you taking over a territory they deemed theirs and will stop at nothing to take it back. Your staunch resolve stopped them for now, but you can surely expect their attacks to continue until you flush the last of them out of the region completely. Alright, we lost 10 laborers, aka 10 people died. They've retreated, for now at least, but I'm sure it's only a matter of time before they try again. Our guys can't follow them because of the bridge, which gives that scum more time to recover. Whatever may be, without some proper security, we're sitting ducks. We gotta get a military base up and running and start training some militia, okay? So we need to check out the ruined factory and build a military base. This location should provide resources to train new militia units once resolved. Okay, so let's see, where's the factory? Over here? Or this is the damaged depot. Salvage it. The damage is certainly significant, but nothing a bit of work can't undo, and you can get a working depot out of it. Okay. I can't do that right now. That's not what I'm supposed to be doing. I need to find a nearby factory. There's an event. Oh, it's way over here. Okay, great. As you well know, Governor, training and keeping a standing army takes a lot of resources. Thankfully, I might have a solution. There's a factory in the region. It's in ruins, but I'm certain we'll find a lot of what we need there. Sounds good, but I'm guessing such a treasure trove isn't just lying there unguarded. Let's find out. The battalion cautiously navigates the hazardous terrain of a ruined factory, unearthing machinery and tools that have once fueled productivity. A chance encounter reveals a group of skilled workers, survivors, who have adapted to the grim surroundings. We can use them, see if they'll join us. Time's up, we're taking over. They better leave while we still can. Now, you could join us. Ruined factory cleared. Your worthy scout teams have located and your diligent citizens have salvaged essential resources with which to equip your army units. It may not seem much, but it's a start. This makes it possible to train new battalion units. Anything more will require setting up our own production. That takes time, which is currently not in ample supply, but make no mistake, it will be necessary. So we got handguns, ammunition, food, and manufacturers. Sweet. Okay, so we got a bunch of stuff here, but we have to fix this whole place. It's all busted. So we could salvage this. We need 8 manufacturers, of which, you know, we don't have enough. Unless maybe they move back at our, you know, settlement or something. We need to figure out how to get some manufacturers. As expected, the factory storage was full. Resource-wise, we're covered for a little while. It's not sustainable in the long run, but we can train and arm at least a basic army. Well, what are we waiting for? To create an army, simply build a new military base. A commanding officer, the army's general, is automatically assigned and the army is formed. Though initially the army won't have any units, it's up to you to train individual army units that an army consists of. All of this is primarily done through the military base info panel. All right, we need to build a military base. Find a military base in the military category, and this is it right here. Enables the creation of a battalion. All right, so let's build it, you know, close to the town center. Battalion volunteers. Brave volunteers from your disbanded battalion have come forward to form a new militia unit to serve in your first army. They know what's at stake. They also know that it's not nearly enough, but training more units demands weapons, resources, and recruits, all of which are a scarce commodity. As motivated as they are, a single unit won't stand a chance in any real combat. Training additional units is a must. The world map is now accessible. Cool. So, I'm going to build a road to kind of, you know, connect the army base, and we can circle the whole thing here, like that. Awesome. So, we have some plywood, some food, bread, vegetables, and now an army. Or at least the start of one with a base online. We've cleared out this factory. And I think this is a good first look at Kaiserpunk. It's a building game, obviously, and yet, you know, you get that kind of SimCity Anno building element, but heavily based in combat. As you can see, that's going to come up kind of more than many of those games are. So it's a nice blend of those things in this alternate reality. And I'd love to know what you all think of this early look at the demo of Kaiserpunk. Does this look like a fun, promising builder, you know, kind of like RTS combat game that you would be interested in? Let me know what your impressions are of the game in the comments below. Remember, I will also be placing a link to the Steam page so you could check out more about Kaiserpunk if you're interested. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. Take care.